Dungeons and Dragons going? Let's see here. So, yesterday session, you you boldly strode into the audience chamber without an appointment, defying the rules of the underworld. This was immediately met with hostility, big surprise, and the devil clerk attempted to bounce you back forcefully. The elephant demon let out a puff of enfeebling gas from his trunk, destroying Administrator Soleko and leaving you guideless. More demons poured out of the lava pool, and things were taking a turn for the worse when Nazev Monaco and Vera, the Vibrant Maestro, arrived, who promptly banished your main adversary back to its natural plane. Sorry, its own plane. You took a rest. There was a frank exchange of views between your party and the Merchant Prince, after which you moved through the gate behind the large chair powered by flame rubies. Rubies, Xalia noticed. It was here that the Merchant King Almasonoma warned Merchant Prince Nazev Monaco about trying any funny business and threatened a consequence, to which he replied understandingly, and then cast some sort of spell at Alma, rendering him in a much more primitive state. Alma flew away. You countered another spell cast by Nazev. It seemed like it was some sort of escape spell. He briefly winked out of existence, and then Pastiche, with a quick thinking, countered it and brought him back with a burst of destiny from Twig. You all turned and began readying yourselves to attack. Seeing you take aggressive stances, the lioness, accompanying Nazev, steps forward in front of him and gestures an arm. Reconsider, she commands, a countenance of stone. What do you do?
What if we just, walked away and let the demon eat him?
Would I be able to, recognize what sort of spell he cast on Alma?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay.
This will be something like your reaction. An 11. You're not quite sure what spell. With only 11, you're not quite sure what spell it was. It definitely had an effect on it that was. Obviously it had an effect. And 11's not enough, I'm sorry.
Zom never taught me that one.
Xalia is gonna kind of hiss a little bit and then just snap, literally snap some bones into position to point straight at Alma.
The lioness speaks again, her gravelly voice loud. Acknowledge the advantageous position we have created. We have cut you off from your weaker, treasured companions and incapacitated or preoccupied all of them. We also now control the portal that denizens of the underworld are able to traverse through. Your group are not our targets if you insist on a clash now. Use your imagination. See the big picture. Is the scene's caption enough, or do I need to draw a sign for you?
Xalia is going to be spending some time figuring out how to put a reaction into non-words. Everyone else is having. Yeah. No, she'll speak.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Bad position for you too. And Xalia speak.
Okay.
We're not still in the room, right? We're in a hallway.
Right, you're in a hallway.
Yeah.
You're in a small kind of cramped hallway. It's maybe it's maybe 5 feet wide. So you've got some space around you, but you're kind of single file. You're able to kind of be diagonal to each other somewhat to see what's going on. and Nazev and Vera are very near the entryway. We didn't traverse very far before Alma piped up and Nazev cast something on him. So Vera and Nazev are kind of like just on the other side of the door on the inside, and you guys are maybe 20 feet down the tunnel. Behind you, you can see flickering firelight.
Separated us.
Sorry,
from our
go ahead.
He separated us from our companions. Who are you to tell? Who are you to make our own decisions?
It is advice.
All things considered, it wasn't exactly a clash I was looking for. Pastiche kind of averts his gaze a bit. I hoped you wouldn't leave us so soon.
Nazev, let's see. Probably Pastiche and Xalia, and Chuman, since you're the closest, and also Chuman's got high perception with the hunter's aid thingy. You can probably hear Nazev murmuring quietly. He's not trying to intend for you to hear clearly. He's murmuring, "What are you playing at?"
Well, it's just, if you two made it this far on your own, I figure we could use the assistance.
Xalia's gonna have like 7 eyes suddenly snap behind her skull with like hair parting around to stare dead at Pastiche.
Chuman is also looking at... I guess Pastiche is technically in front of me, so he's looking at the back of him.
Believe me, I understand how that sounds in this position to all of you, but, well, regardless of what you do now, we're headed the same way.
The lioness has a small easel appear alongside her, near her, and a flat brush warps into her paw. She instantly draws a perfect creature and just whips it off of the canvas with with a brushstroke in front of you, and what leaps through the arcane weave, tumbling and landing in the space between you and Vera and Nazev, is a hulking 3-head lion beast that stands between your two groups now, blocking the entire corridor. She calls out, "Let me show you then." This huge 3-headed lion snarls and roars, its vivid yellow palette fur and burnt orange manes tussling in some unseen wind. Around its neck is a necklace of giant prayer beads. Holding a canvas facing you, it reads in red, clearly like painted on text, "Not here. Run, you fools."
I think Pastiche would just stare it down for a moment. Sigh. If that is truly what you wish. And then start pacing the other way.
Bailey's gonna go pick up Almost.
You're gonna pick up Alma Sonoma?
Yeah.
He is very far away. He is up in the sky. Like, he's up in the ceiling.
About that.
And also, he's, like, in the complete opposite room. Like, he's in the audience chamber. You would have to get past this giant monster and also Nezev and Vera to accomplish this. You can do it. I'm just telling you what you like the situation may be not what you originally imagined.
That's fair. I was imagining her kind of. She's still going to do that, just staring dead at them the entire, like, twisting her neck so she's always facing them directly at them, even as she starts climbing the ceiling and, you know, going above them.
Okay. Let's see. Is anyone from your group going to stop or otherwise interact with Xalia? You watch her cast this spell on herself and climb on the ceiling and move towards the huge monster beast and two incredibly powerful spellcasters.
Pastiche is already walking the other way.
It's Makayla in the back, or the front, whatever. You'd see her, I think she's currently, like, she'd probably be in the process of, like, just kind of waiting to finish Conjure Animals. Because she was ready to fight, so she's kind of just unsure what the party, like, she wasn't expecting the current turn of events.
Okay.
But
Vera, the Vibrant
No, fuck
Maestro, will call out to Xalia.
actually,
I guess at the same time that Makayla's doing something. Vera's gonna call out to Xalia, what are you doing?
Xalia points at the bird.
The lion follows your point. You get one try. And then before we resort to methods. So Xalia, you climb around the hall, or you climb on the ceiling. You're a good distance away. The ceiling is perhaps 10 feet tall, so you're like scrabbling across the ceiling like all like spider mode, kind of pressed against it. Then you go around, you climb out from the flame ruby door, climb up, and then you head towards this bird, this raven that is perching in the rafters, confused and scared, feathers bristling. It watches you cautiously. You can see that there is definitely a shift in the raven's demeanor. It doesn't look at you with the same pair of eyes that that Alma has always beheld you with. Definitely something different here. As you get closer to it, I need you to make an animal handling check.
Okay. Can I also Arcana to see if she recognizes the spell?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more difficult, because it's like the moment has passed now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a 26 is still really good. As you get closer and you observe Alma Sonoma, the merchant king of Durlusk, and you hearken back to the time that you spent on him or spent with him, and what has transpired since then and now to lead up to this. You see his spellbook is crashed open on the floor somewhere else. You see that his trinket is down on the ground where it fell from his beak, and you see this wide eye, like kind of primal feral look in his eye, and those context clues put together with your simple knowledge of magic, and you've seen Nazev cast spells before, you know what his repertoire leans toward. You get the sense that the magic that was keeping Alma in control of himself and being like an awakened raven has been dispelled.
He's going to... Okay, so I probably have to make... Before I actually get up close to him as you put this together, like still like away from him, she's gonna mage hand up the bauble as best she can.
Okay. Sure.
Is this permitted by the aggressors?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, she will kind of extend the bauble as part of reaching out.
To Alma Sonoma?
Yeah.
Okay. I need an animal handling check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my one profession.
Cool.
Sure. I don't know if I have hit dice to burn, but I'll have to live with that.
Okay, so an 11?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You hold out this bauble, this little trinket that Alma Sonoma has always kept in his beak up until now. It doesn't seem to recognize it, and the bird hops back away and kind of dips its body down and like contorts its neck, cranes a little bit, watching you. It looks like it's about to fly away.
Go back off.
Gives you a call.
You'll give him a call back.
Seems that the bird before you is indeed just a bird, and it is scared, confused, and wary of you.
But it's in the rafters, right?
Yeah, it has found a perch that it is very high up in a way. Like this room that you're in, this audience chamber, is very tall. Like you're 30 feet up in the air at least. And there's many different outcroppings, especially with the dragon shards that have poked through this room.
Yeah.
That it's currently resting on an out of the way place.
Well, she'll put the bauble away, I think, just store it.
Okay.
Try to mage hand up the book and just, very distinctly not pay attention to the raven and pay attention to the book.
Okay. You mage, you can pick up his spellbook. It is definitely Alma Sonoma's spellbook, as you've seen it a couple times, and dancing, or flitting atop it whenever you cast spells, or just in his steppy. It's his. It's not really marked, but it is decorated as a raven would. Feathers everywhere, and it's got like little jewels glittering in it elsewhere as you pick it up. You can add Alma's bauble and Alma's spellbook to your inventory, so that you don't forget.
Yeah. That's what she's going to do until the situation changes. Just like, Barry, I'm not looking at you, but I am existing around you with an interesting thing towards the animal. That is until situation changes, another character does something.
Okay.
Alright. As you're walking, you try to move forward down the hall, Pastiche. I think Makayla would look to you and quietly ask. Actually, probably not even that quiet. It would be. Why delay anything? Do you seriously believe that we won't have to come in conflict with them later? Now or then, will it matter? They will not let us thwart their plans.
You are certainly right, but... when I spoke to Vera, seeing this phoenix, it seems to be all she ever wanted. If we can at least delay our encounter until then, Pastiche sort of shakes their head. It's useless sentimentality, I know, but I just can't bring myself to fight right now.
I make my own, wisdom check.
What would Makayla do?
I mean, the wisdom check is, do I make the bad decision or not?
Yeah.
But I know in character.
I was gonna say, while that's happening, is there anything happening behind them, or can we just not see it because of the beast, the three-headed beast?
It is indeed difficult to see, but you can slide me a perception check to see if you can see around it. It does take up most of this corridor.
Right.
And
I was like, because considering that Elena is holding whatever giant monster back.
With your keen eyes, you are able to see Xalia kind of climb out and around them. And during the motion that the huge, three-headed lion beast wearing this sign is, you can see Elena still, because you're on the side that she's on. You can see her still focusing on casting this magic circle that would create a barrier preventing the whatever those two huge fiery volcanic cannons belong to, and also anything else that could be lurking in that volcanic portal. She's still concentrating on it. She is unharassed, but you can see the sweat forming on her brow and dripping off of her eyebrows, and she's clearly a professional because she's very focused. But you can tell that she's watching too. Actually, what is her... No, never mind. She's not watching. She's very focused on the one task that she has.
Yeah, that brings up my next question. It seems like she's starting to slowly lose the strength of the spell.
Nope. She's doing well.
Okay. You go ahead, Makayla. Still thinking.
Okay. Yeah, Makayla will shout down in the room to Nazeb. Is what you've done to Alma, the Merchant King, is that permanent?
Maybe.
She's very holding back, anger, very clearly holding back. It's just a lot of fury.
Maybe, but unfortunately not at all. It's just a diversionary tactic. To get him out of... Well, diversion is the incorrect word. It's just to get him out of my hair for as long as I need to, anyway.
Now, is he lying?
You'll know.
I mean, I'm just posing that to the class, you know?
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
A 19.
A 19. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, you're not sure what spell was cast on Alma Sonoma, and you're also not sure of what the magic that Alma Sonoma possesses entailed in the first place. So you can only go on what Nezev explains about his own spell. He answers your question immediately and directly, and so it seems that he is forthright, but you can make your own decision.
Makayla will look at Pastiche.
Oh, it's actually a triple lion.
Oh, there's more of them.
Bigger than the hallway.
It's a Cerberus, but it's a cat instead.
Erys.
And then she will say to Pastiche, we only need to kill Nezev, and she will cast the conjure animal.
Alrighty.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Xalia is like up in the rafters here, which is probably relevant at this point.
I go absolutely
Makayla,
after everyone else.
Makayla and Pastiche can get the 1d8.
Hey, yeah, Makayla, you know you have a reroll. You could use
Yeah.
if you don't want to go last.
That's true. Sure. Back it.
Also, you said something about a 1d8, so
Yeah, it's the Twig's gift of alacrity.
yeah.
I can't remove myself from initiative.
I can reroll it for you.
Thank you.
Oh my.
16. Oh, I go before it.
See?
Okay.
This is why we aggressively
that's
reroll.
funny.
We went from
Yeah.
last to first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
so 23 is my initiative.
20 trace. Okay. So we start the combat. Makayla looks at Pastiche.
I should also be at 19. Sorry.
Okay. Makayla looks at Pastiche and then floods the corridor with small woodland animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it literally, like... God, you know that, I think it's this in Dark Knight Rises, where, like, Batman just floods the police center with, bats, somehow?
Okay.
It's that, but with her Wake of Vultures, this shit flurry of feathers and beaks and talon right now in this hallway.
Okay.
Flurry
Count
of
blocking.
vultures. Upgrade to monk's abilities.
Yeah. It's blocking pretty much like their path retreating mainly.
Okay, so behind them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I don't have to like right now because kind of awkward space. Not to throw all whatever
Sure.
8 of them, but
Sure, I have placed them.
thank you.
Birds, birds, birds.
Up, 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 up,
Bird
bird,
up.
bird, the bird is the word. Up, 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 bird, 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 bird is the word.
On the bird up.
Oh, if they're blocking, they might be over here.
Should probably keep like 1 or 2 on our side.
Blam.
The lion.
And blam. Okay.
Can you delete this one then? I have one too many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. There we go.
Thank you.
Let's see here.
I mean that's our turn.
Okay. The lion snarls and roars. Pastiche.
Oh, they should. Right, they have to roll initiative once.
We're gonna roll one of them.
Yeah, that's what we. That's fine.
Okay. Pastiche.
Pastiche sort of sighs, turns around. Well, I won't abandon you. And then, let's see. Yeah, they're gonna start painting sort of a visage of another dimension around themselves.
Does that happen on the same turn that... Yeah, on the same turn that you cast it? It's so cool.
I won't abandon you. Leave.
They'll take one more step into the hallway.
Towards...
Away from the lion.
Okay, north.
Mm.
Well, I guess the orientation of the castle on the map, north. Okay.
Oops.
R.
And then
Let's
they'll
see.
vanish.
Makayla, you watch, or you hear Pastiche's voice indicating that they won't abandon you, and then you look over and they're gone. Let's see, and you look back, and behind the lion, amidst the vultures, you also see Vera and Nazev both clasp hand to paw, and they also disappear.
Can Xalia trade Arcana what just happened, or is that a do it on my turn situation?
Let's double check what D&D recognized spell is.
Okay.
I mean, for the purposes of counter spell, I believe you're able to do it off your turn.
Yeah.
I don't think she doesn't have counterspell. She just wants to know if they went invisible or teleported away, basically.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's like it's part of it.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just saying
it's
like
just
because of that
recognizing
mechanic.
Yeah,
spell is something that can be a reaction.
Fair.
You know they're casting a spell.
Mhm.
Vera paints a couple diagrams on her easel, and then whips the paintbrush between them, grabs Nazev's hand, and then they disappear from sight. Where is? Let's see here. It's not called recognize. Spell.
Identify, maybe?
Identify. Identify a spell. It is an action.
Okay. So that is...
Oh,
her
wait.
turn.
One reaction or one action. If the character perceived the casting, the spell's effect, or both, the character can make an an Arcana check using intelligence with a reaction or an action. And the DC equals 15 plus the spell's level.
Well, if it's 5th level or above, she doesn't know.
Let's see here. What level is that spell? Wait, I know what level that spell is. They use a transposition technique.
Okay, so it's teleportation.
They teleported. Specifically, you know that Vera casted Dimension Door, a spell that you have seen Pastiche cast many times.
Okay. She will express... no, it's not her turn. She can't. But the information is noted, though be aware that only Xalia has this at this point, theoretically. Not that any of us want to spend reactions.
Okay, that is the end of Vera the Vibrant Maestro's turn. Chuman and Twig, this giant lion, blocks the corridor in front of you. Behind, you see a whip of paint splatter into the air, and a noise. Trying to peek behind them, you see that the merchant prince and the artist are no longer there. What would you like to do? You also notice that Pastiche is not with you.
Does it seem like the lion's like actively hostile, or is it just like
Same question.
The lion is hella hostile. It's snarling at you. It's roaring. It's bending down. It's getting ready to pounce. It's doing the whole like cat butt wiggle. the sign that it reads is like clattering on the ground.
Except there's like 3 of them.
Yeah, they're like it's a multi-headed lion beast.
Uh-huh.
Chuman's gonna look at Twig for a moment, and then peer behind him at Makayla, and kind of like inch his way backwards, like just to at least get a little bit of distance from the cat Cerberus.
In the space that you just were, slams a lion paw. There's sound reverberating in the area, echoing off of the small corridor that you're in.
Kayla, I would have wished to fight Nazev, but considering how much more we have to go here, I'd prefer to not do battle so quickly. Yeah, I think Chuman's just gonna continue backing off, like slowly, step by step, away from.
Okay.
While still looking at the cat Cerberus.
It's big. This gnarly creature roaring, barely contained by the corridor. What you got, Twig? As it attacks the space that Chuman just was.
The gnarliest of beasts.
The gnarliest.
Uh-huh.
It's got these nusky, big, pointy, saber-toothed teeth on each head.
Big.
Yeah, this is a big dude. What you got, Twig? It's about to eat you too. Look out.
No. I
Yeah,
think
50
Twig's-
minutes?
Or at least it has turned its gaze towards you.
I think Twig's gonna take out bookmark, mark the ground, and quietly whisper to himself, "Here." There's just a mark there. And then he'll follow suit with Chuman and just back off a bit.
Okay.
This particular space feels weird for some reason.
Yeah, a chill runs through you as you run behind you.
And with my action, I think I'll just ready an attack if it does, like, approach us.
Okay.
With hostile intent.
All right. Let's see here. Nizev does something. Wake of Vultures. What would you like to do?
I mean, I guess the wake is just gonna like move to just be, will occupy like the space they were in as if they're about to attack.
Okay.
What Nizev and Nizev was, but then obviously nothing there. They kind of
The wake.
refocus target to just surround the lion
Okay.
and just be as obnoxious as possible.
Are you like doing the aid action, or sorry, the help action with the vultures to like?
Oh no, they're
Okay.
doing it. They're gonna attack it.
Sure. Roll an attack.
As well as making whatever space, like a pathway for Xalia to come to pass through, so they're not blocking.
Okay. Let's see here. An 11. One moment. Of course I double click on just the image I use. That's not the correct. You see, that an 11 hits, which is to say an 11 does not hit.
Okay.
You slide through. The wake of vultures all congregate, fly around, and swoop all at once. You fly directly through the lion, and it becomes just this kind of like superimposed three-headed lion image in this corridor. It is not real. It still roars for a moment from its triple head.
It just like flies through it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's
So when I
Mhm.
that fucking distro was made by someone that does not want you to use their fucking.
Hello, bugs.
It's really bad.
Fuck, I thought I
guess-
muted, sorry.
If possible, can I? Oh no, I don't, yeah, they have a plus 2 to 50. Can I like? What's the bird formerly known as Alma Sonoma doing?
You take a peek. Oh, you actually do not know. You're not in a position that you can see Alma Sonoma.
Okay. The wake should though.
Yeah. I don't think you have a telepathic link with them though.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
The Wake of Vultures see.
They just kind of
that,
exist.
Yeah, the Wake of Vultures can see a raven up in the top corner near a shape-shifting creature. But you do not
Wonder
know
what
this information.
what that's doing there. Gotta worry about that.
But yeah, I just like they should be like inside of it. Then that's the end of their turn then.
Okay. Xalia, what would you like to do?
So I have a question.
What's up?
She doesn't want to do this.
But
This
she
is kind of a
kills
question.
Alma Sonoma.
No. No.
I don't want to, but
She has an idea, but it would also hurt our allies.
Do what you want. Do what Xalia would do.
Yeah, the problem is I think she actually cares.
And Xalia has been known to harm her ally.
For fun, not for fear. She's going to minor illusion, like in the middle of the party, putting a sketched outline, like a dashed outline of a person, and then just filling that in to be a stick figure, like a proper filled in stick figure, and try to make that into a question mark. And I guess that is her action. So fuck.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, you want to move or stay there?
She'll probably stay. She'll probably scatter over here so she has a better viewpoint.
Okay. Are you
of the hallway?
You're on the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay. Just get around. And then, yeah, you are on the ceiling. You see pretty much the entire audience room. There's the two kind of little ante rooms to the left and right. One with the door kind of bashed off, and you see the little frumpled red carpet, and you can see kind of into the hallway that you entered this room from. The room where your allies are is lower, so you're not able to see into that corridor from your elevated position.
She probably would try to skitter down the wall to get a better view of that then.
Okay. You can see a gajillion vultures flapping, feathers going everywhere. Let's see here. At the top of the round, the lion disappears.
And again, she's partly communicating, question mark, this situation.
What does your person look like? Like the stick figure? Just...
basically, it is a dashed outline of a stick figure, that gets, filled in with, with swoopy light particle effects, and then question mark. I'm not going to Xalia translate because I feel like that's appropriate not to.
Yep.
Makayla has no idea, but kind of sighs, just walks back, or moves kind of quickly, not like a brisk pace, back through the hallway. The vultures kind of make a way for her. Sees you on the wall and just gives you a look of, I don't know what that means. But then while looking up, if I was looking up, but I see Alma Sonova behind, in those rafters,
Yeah.
in that angle.
Yeah, you're good at looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she'd cast speak with animals and try and kneel up to it.
Okay.
Mentioned King Alma Sonoma. Can you still understand me? Do you remember that name?
Let's see. In a in a Cockney accent, you hear, "Yes, I can understand you. I remember names."
Do you understand that is your name?
Who?
You are. Do you understand what a merchant king is anymore? Do you have any memory of the past few hours?
The bird pauses for a moment. You can see his head twitch, crane around. You get a short answer, a little cryptic, because it is a raven. Even though these are the smartest of all birds, their knowledge and awareness, as you are very familiar with, is kind of limited. And you get a short response back. Yes, I understand. I can remember the last few hours.
Then you'd remember.
There were many people here.
And know that we are your allies. And you are in a very dangerous location. Please, I would recommend that you stick with us for the time being. Perhaps we will be able to restore restore you to who you once were.
Make a persuasion check to try to coerce the animal to do something.
Yeah, she'd say, like, perhaps we can, if we bring you back to Lady Zilzure, perhaps she can awaken you again. 826.
Okay. The raven perched up atop a little nook doesn't respond to you verbally, but does give an untranslatable call, just and flaps open his wings a bit and then closes them. You get the impression that he is receptive of you, but does not make a move from his perch.
Makayla kind of just saddened. And if you will not join us, it's fine, but please try to understand that you are a lot more than just a regular raven. Or were, and potentially still could be again.
Yes, I understand.
It's just like saying that, though. Doesn't really understand, does it?
You don't know. It is replying to you.
I mean, I am making the insight. I'm trying to read it as well as I can.
Okay. With your strong insight, talking to people, which Alma could be described as people in the past, and also talking. It's been some time you've spoken with a beast. You've actually shunned that aspect of your training for quite some time, and so that's a little shaky. But you still have strong insight in all things, and you get the sense that there's a bit of a duality. Like, yes, it understands, and it is replying to you, and it's processing your statements. But there's also a bit of like there is this nagging doubt that maybe it doesn't. because it is so kind of plain, rote maybe in its response. This is definitely not the regal almost Sonoma that you have had the pleasure of interacting with. It is a basic bird, but as a basic bird, it does acknowledge your statements, and it processes what you're saying to it. Beyond that, you're not super sure. It is a being still capable of its own decisions, and right now it's very scared and confused and in a foreign place and talking to people that it ostensibly does not recognize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then Makayla
and being given commands.
Yeah, Makayla would simply just say, for your own safety, I recommend staying near pointer staff, or I guess point the Ember Blade to Elena. I assume still casting the spell.
Yeah, she's working hard.
Stay near that lady over there. She will keep you safe. And then turns around.
Slide me one more persuasion check.
Sure. Oof, 13.
Okay.
Xalia will skitter over and offer the bird its trinket.
Another animal handling check for you.
Okay.
As you get closer, the raven flits to another part of the rafters and finds a different nook, watching you, eyeing you carefully.
She will simply extend the trinket, and if he doesn't take it, he'll go back down to the party.
Yeah. Doesn't take it. Do you keep it with you, or are you leaving it?
Yeah, he's keeping it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. The rest of the party, Chuman and Twig, you observe Pastiche wink in and wink out of existence. They're gone. They're gone for seconds. They're back for seconds. It's it's a bit of a confounding thing. Although you have seen this once before, when they first learned how to do this, and they're having a bit of fun with it. How long does blink
That
last?
happens a few times.
Yeah, it happens a few times.
Pastiche is gonna blink in for a while, right in front of Chuman. Look at this illusion that Xalia has created, and then look towards the entrance of the hallway. Xalia, they're gone. I kept an eye on the ethereal plane. No sign of them there. Wherever they disappeared to, it can't be too far away, unless she's learned some very impressive new tricks while I was away, but I can't exactly pinpoint their location.
Xalia, reunited with the party, will kind of just nod.
They don't seem to be in this room, so they must be up ahead somewhere.
Makayla would quickly try and write a quick note on whatever parchment she would have, give it to one of her vultures, and the vulture would just sort of stand near Elena and wait to give it to her for however long.
Okay.
Kind of just place it on the ground, but puts it talon on it so it doesn't fly away.
Okay.
Just behind her.
Will you...
Not to interrupt her casting.
Alright. What does this note say?
Just to explain like what happened to Alma and the current situation.
Okay.
Just like Nizev has acted against us and seems to have reverted Alma to a simple bird. We will push on. Keep Alma safe. And then also protect yourself as well. That's it.
Elena will receive this message.
Hey there. Elena isn't available to take your message right now.
Hi there. I'm not available to take your message right now, but please leave a message at the Vulture, and I'll get back with you momentarily. All right.
Yeah.
Is the plan to proceed through the flame ruby door?
Yeah.
So
Okay. Begin walking through the corridor that was open before you. Keeping an eye out for the artist and the merchant prince. As you move forward, it's dark. There's the light of the lava room behind you and the flickering firelight that you can see. There's a section where it doesn't meet and you're in darkness. As you move forward away from the sulfuric smell or the brimstone smell of lava, you come into another section of the castle of Cyril. There is a sort of like a stale, dank smell. It just hangs in the air that quickly becomes cool as you enter into this next section. The what you call it? The magma just a couple steps that way seems to have no bearing on the temperature in here. You look around, there is a bit of a mist hanging in the air. There's thick stone that coats the walls, and there's a solid layer of dust that envelops each brick and just about everything else. There's no life that is apparent in here, though the presence of the opposite is all around you, as if it were the fog on the ground swirling betwixt your ankles. As you come into this next section, indeed, it is a cool air, the blistering heat that rendered you out of breath, out of and sweating all over. Let me reset this fog of water real quick. Yeah, it's refreshing in here, if eerie. Ahead of you are two flickering candelabras illuminating a passage to the left, a stone slab on the front, and a passage to the right that right angles.
and the sunlight of the Ember Blade isn't piercing the fog.
Oh, that's right, it's still on. It doesn't really pierce the fog. It bounces off of it and almost makes visibility worse. Kind of like if you just shine, car headlights at a mist. But it does illuminate. It's just difficult to see.
Okay.
With the fog is on the ground, but there's like this little faint mist that hangs in the air that the Ember Blade reflects light off of.
It's like snow. What is that called? With snow reflection? Like
Visual snow? Question mark?
no, like when the reason why you're actually like you wear like
Oh, snowblind.
sunglasses. Yeah,
Snowblind?
snow blinding. Yeah, like
Kind of like
where
that.
the sun just like reflects off the snow and it's like super bright.
Yeah. So ahead of you, let's see here. With the light of the Ember Blade illuminating the area around you, that helps actually. So illuminating the area, you can see in the left passage there is another large stone slab, 2 unlit candelabras. Ahead of you, there's a slab. The big slab in front of you has writing on it, and you can see a trail of bones leading to the right angle passage. To the left, there's some ancient desiccated foliage. Looks like there may be another spill of bones, but these are broken open with marrow kind of pouring out. In this new area, what would you like to do? You do, once again, you do sense no presence other than yourselves, contributing to the eeriness.
They're probably gonna wander forward and start just looking around, see if there's anything there, anything like any paths forward, anything to interact with, anything that catches their eyes interesting.
Well, there's writing on this stone slab that you move forward towards. It is.
Yeah, she'll read that.
It is in a language that you're not, that you don't know, but you're familiar with. It appears to be in the Elven language. But roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
15. 15. Let's see. Yeah, that'd be enough. You can sense that this stone slab, as flush-head as it is, as you start messing with it and touching it, you die. No, I'm just kidding. As you start messing with
damn it. I didn't realize I was playing with a fucking Reddit GM.
Yeah. Dust hands. You can feel a draft coming from where it seems to meet another set of rock that is unlike it. Like, this is a solid stone, and then to the right of it, and then to the left of it are bricks.
She will wave at Makayla, specifically.
I will move up
Okay. Yeah.
and read Elvish.
Alright. You attempt to read Elvish. It is worn, and it's in an older sentence structure, but you're able to easily read it because you know the language. It takes you some time because, again, it's worn, so, and caked with dust, so you rub the letters to get the filling out of them, and you're able to read Torchbearer, full glad that you are here. If I am not with you to explain the system, and then it goes down a line. Beyond here is the pitch where light cannot exist. You must act as the Khorzian sun and banish the storm of darkness that has encroached our beloved kingdom through God Emperor Wenceslaus's mistake. Bring the light and deliver us all a second chance. And as you move forward, you illuminate the rest of the as you move forward, you illuminate more of the corridor, especially to your right, and just reliefs line the walls. They're all shrouded in dust and cobwebs. The details that are etched into them are weathered and vague at a distance, and you can see all around you, winding, roughly hewn corridors that branch off in all directions and disappear into total darkness. And you see, every so often, unlit candelabras amid strewn bones, a bit of stone slime. And what was it that you said? I interrupted you for the rest of the description.
Oh, just that I would have read that aloud to the group. I suppose Administrator must have somehow left this message, though not sure how, as he said he hadn't been here in a very long time. Well, either way, it would seem our way forward is forward. Stay near me. I don't think there'll be much light otherwise.
Xalia will, as Kayla says, this minor illusion, like, point at the door, like that's not the slab, and minor illusion, like it moving out of the way and there being something behind it, and just start trying to jostle it, like an empty corridor behind it.
Okay. Jostling the stone door is definitely solid. Like it resists immediately. This thing is very thick.
And so just kind of turn to Makayla and point at it again.
Sorry, what about it made it seem like there was...
You notice, Xalia noticed a draft, but she's like just saying, hey, there's something behind this, like in Xalia language.
Mm-hmm. Kayla would try sort of like the door, the big door before, would try somehow inserting the ember blade into the slab, if there's anything like possible.
You can,
Like stabbing
with
it into it.
with
But
Xalia
it just stops.
pointing it out, you can try to, like, there's no stick it in point or or anything. It's just like a solid stone slab. With Xalia pointing out the draft and how it's not 100% flush, or like there's at least a crease. You can poke it there if that's what you want to do.
That wasn't. So, I guess on seeing that it's like fully solid this time, and ember blade is not like a key to open this. Unsure. Would try and look to see if there's anything, any sort of method of interacting with the slab.
Okay, investigation check.
Not great at these.
Okay, Makayla, you also look around with the aid of the Ember Blade providing firelight, piercing the darkness. No, there's no obvious mechanism or anything that would perform the function that Xalia is suggesting. Other than the words on the slab. That's genuinely the only thing on it. There's no like handle or doorknob or anything.
But there is sort of a small, like, crack, or some sort of like There's a space where like the draft is coming from, right?
Yeah, the teensiest of creases to indicate that this is perhaps a pathway, but you do not ascertain the way to open this pathway.
I mean, well, I don't see any other reason to ever use the spell. So I guess I'll drop concentration on conjure animals and cast gaseous form.
The real stuff.
Pulling out the big stops, okay. With a fluttering of feathers, all of the vultures.
Mm-hmm. The vultures kind of like, instead of just like disappearing completely, just like pooping out, they'd actually like fly into Makayla, and she'd start to kind of like almost because she'd just become this cloud of loose feathers just kind of floating around, and I'd try and fit through whatever crack is the draft is coming out of.
Sure, that's pretty good.
Squeeze through.
Let's see here. So you turn into this gas and into this misty form, and you coalesce against the side of this stone slab where it meets the rest of the construction. You almost become one with the slight misty haze and the fog that the rest of your companions are traversing through. You maneuver through this crease, and you find that most of it becomes flush with the rest of the architecture, but there is a bit more crack and crease in like the tiniest of holes where only air can proceed through. And you make it through on the other side. You are on the other side. I don't know if you can see as a gas cloud.
It doesn't say that I can't.
Let's see. It says you can't talk or manipulate objects. I guess that implies that you can see objects to manipulate with them. But you do not give off light while you're a gas.
Okay.
So the area around you is this impenetrable darkness.
Okay. I can't like swap back and forth. Either I am the gas or I'm not, right, for the spell.
Yep. Yeah. Around you, you are in a somewhat cramped room, but you're unable to make out the details because it is super dark, eerily dark, pitch black, an abyss.
Alright. I guess then.
Well, you've got can't manipulate objects. Never mind.
I guess if I can't see at all, I would have to just drop the spell to get light back.
Okay. So you drop the spell, and let's get your light back. Double right click. Token 30 feet. So as you gradually coagulate back into Makayla with your elven form the hood wrapped around you and covering your hair, you see that you are still in darkness. You're only able to see the Emberblade, as bright as it is with this fiery, pale fire. The darkness kind of coalesces all around you and almost clings to you. For a moment, until the Emberblade blazes in defiance, and the darkness around you is beaten back, and you can see a little bit of what the room that you're in. There is lots of rubble. There are broken statues. There are broken sundials. There are broken suits of armor. There is a just things littering the ground, but mostly intact is a little ferry boat that is on top of the pile of rubble. There it is, pristine, sitting there in this void that you now illuminate with the Emberblade. This tiny
I would
little,
look back and try and look at the slab.
Oh, it is solid.
There's nothing on this side that would
No, not at all.
look unfortunate.
It doesn't have a keyhole, right?
No. It is a solid stone construction. It is a rectangle. The only thing on it is the etched in, the engraved in words that are in Elven, but Makayla read aloud. You can see across the room is another similar large, thick rectangle, and then around you are more bricks. You are in. You appear to be in an enclosed room with 2 exits, and lots of broken things, with 1 unbroken thing, and 2 unbroken things. One of them being your determination. What's the party on the other side doing? There's no. You watch as Makayla turns into this fine mist and slip through the cracks, and there's a few moments where there's only. Where there. It's thick stone. Where there's no sound or anything.
Vela's gonna knock.
Yeah, Makayla, you hear this little pum 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 pum. It's super muffled, but yeah, someone is trying to communicate with you.
I would knock back. Don't. She'd take a look around. Just move back a quick second to just scan the space to see if there's anything. Carefully looking to see if there's any creature here.
Roll me perception. What did we get?
21.
A 21 is kind of good. There, you do sense really, multiple creatures lurking in your vicinity. As soon as you bring the Emberblade towards that, the presence is gone. It flits away. There are several things around you. You know that they're hiding in the darkness, but the Emberblade, it seems they shy away from the fiery light of the Emberblade. So Administrators... No, sorry. The Ember Knight's last weapon is currently keeping you safe. For the moment.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'd move back to the side and just try and yell through the stone.
You all hear...
Can you hear me?
We can. Is everything all right over there?
In some sort of antechamber. I don't see a way to open the slab, though.
Well, if it's safe enough, perhaps we should simply carry on and see if there's another route into that room.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can get back out. My only choice is forward right now.
Well, I could join you, but I'm not sure that's the wisest idea.
I don't think there's much left of it. Can't have Makayla being taken by anything.
I think for now, the Ember Blade will keep me safe, but... well... I won't do anything stupid while I'm isolated.
The door was made of stone, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So the team on the outside, with Makayla seemingly imprisoned in a room behind a strong, very thick stone slab. You can see in the illumination of your two lit candelabras that there are two ways. There's a way to the rest. There's a way to the west, where there are two unlit candelabras and another large stone slab. And then to the east, to your right, where Twig is currently closest to, is one unlit candelabra and another large stone slab. It looks like there's a path that goes, that turns to the left, and a like a small alcove to the right. But it looks like it is just made to hold the candelabra. And let's see. That is the depth of your knowledge at the moment.
Can we try lighting the candelabras?
You can do whatever you want.
Twig will just walk up to the nearest unlit one and
Okay.
strike a match.
These two are lit, so the nearest one would be to your right.
It's like a little wary around the corners, but we'll
Okay.
walk up to it.
As you move down this hallway past the reliefs, and you peek around the corner, something leaps out of the shadows and goes to grab you. You blink for a moment and realize it was nothing all along.
A sloppy little creature. Also, are you supposed to be gone? Okay, no, you're not.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, you take you light the little match action. You touch it to the candelabra, light each of the 3 candles. It takes your flame.
Okay.
Success, lighting up the area. You can see this large stone slab ahead of you, and then you can see, illuminated by the light bouncing off of the mist and everything. Oh, Chuman, of course, you can see just fine. The light bouncing off the mist, you can see another large slab up a flight of 3 heavy, big, thick stairs. After a moment, there is a rustling and a rumble, and the slab in front of you opens. It rises into the ceiling. In this room, you can see 2 rectangles, 2 stone rectangles. On the top of them, they appear to have raised, raised designs on them that are carved into the stone, and there is a candelabra at the end of the room. It is unlit. You can see in the light that there is something on top of each stone rectangle. What would you like to do?
If lighting that candelabra opened this door, perhaps there is one associated with the door we left Makayla behind. Pastiche will kind of turn back down the hall.
It would make sense to see if we could get everyone together before we took too many risks.
If one of you wouldn't mind taking the lead. I had just acclimated myself to the heat of the last room, and, well, I can hardly see a thing in here. This chill's no good for my blood.
I can do so.
Twig's also just gonna use the star jar.
Okay.
The last of the star jar.
Vision range 60 feet.
Starry-eyed. Whoa, I can see forever.
You notice, you guys watch as Twig pulls out this jar of dwindling liquid that glistens as if someone put glitter in it and shook it up. They take the last bit of the last few drops, place it, and tweak the last few drops into their eyes, and blinks. Twig's eyes take on the impression of a constellation. The galaxy above every Khorzaire night is now within Twig's eyes. And Twig, yeah, you now have dark vision. You can see everywhere. So,
Nice.
your vision did not... Sorry, what am I trying to say? You don't see more currently, just because there's walls blocking your path. Walls and slabs. So yeah. You can easily see into the unlit... well, I guess now you can easily see into the unlit room here. There are masks on top of each sarcophagus, and maybe like another... Looks like a random knickknack. One mask, one knickknack atop each, and of course there's the little 3 candle candelabra.
What kind of masks are they?
They are they're kind of large. They have a big chin, and they have fanned out eyebrows that go into like a whole square above the face. Let's see here. The gold and brass that they're made out of kind of is vaguely determined by the candlelight.
While that's happening, Chuman grabs Pastiche's hand and directs him over to the other candles.
Okay, they are both lit.
As they pass by the doorway, Pastiche will call to the other side. Makayla, if you can find a candle or anything to light on that side of the wall. It may be what opens the door.
Understood. I look.
Giving the
I don't
place.
think you mentioned it. You said there was just like the only thing that intact was the boat, right?
Yeah, give me another perception check. Giving the place another once over now that you're given direction on what to look for. You look around, you see these flitting shadows attempting to hide from you, but also attempting to constantly catch you unawares and not paying attention to them, so that, yeah, so that's going on. Everything else in here is dashed away. You see the small boat. It's like a little, it's like a little thing, maybe about 7 inches long. It's a very old style ferry boat. So it's like a long curve, and then on each end it has these curved wooden posts that curve up and then spiral into themselves on each side. The whole thing is made out of wood. It's, as you bend down and look at it, it's nicely decorated. It's painted. The wood is a mahogany, and you can see that it's been finished and polished. And there's purple spiraling, but blocky. Purple spiraling, blocky, like wind designs and sun designs and different various symbols and images from your childhood that you might remember. You can see on the other side of this slab, no candles, but there is an etched relief of a knightly figure in a similar looking boat that you hold in, or sorry, that is resting on top of this rubble. And it is the forward, the stern of the boat is angled up, and you can see that there's blocky cloud designs, giving you the impression that the boat is soaring through the air with the knightly gladiatorial figure in it alone. No candles.
It doesn't. Yeah. Just go back to the slab and yell across. There doesn't seem to be anything I can light. There seems to be a further door that would go deeper. That, well, might have to do with the toy boat that's in this room.
Well, there is another path nearby on this side. We'll check that out and report back.
All right.
Anything we might be able to find the answer on our side. Pastiche did see 2 other lights in the room that we just walked past, right down here.
Well, lead the way.
Over to it, the dark corridor, and kind of since Chuman is also like invisible in this situation.
Yeah. Not only is it dark, you literally cannot see Chuman at all. Even as you get away from the candles, now he's gone. Like gone, like hella gone.
Chuman just takes Pastiche's hand and puts it directly on the candle in front. Say the one above.
That is you, isn't it, Chuman?
Yes. I don't see anyone else in here. It's just us.
I believe I can handle this. Pastiche sort of snaps a couple claws together, shoots out a small mote of flame.
Okay. The claw snaps sound akin to striking a striking flint upon steel, and you light the candelabras on each side of the room, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. They roar to flame. Sorry, the flame roars to life, and each candle of the 6 are lit by your firebolt, and illuminating the stone room around you. There are more reliefs, and the stone slab in front of you rises into the ceiling, revealing another room. There is, from your current position, you can see there's more little slime. There's maybe a few greenish motes that wisp through the fog on the ground. You can see a typical looking treasure chest. Looks exactly like just a treasure chest, but of course a storage chest. You see a storage chest with a lock on it. Sorry, not that there's not a lock on this one. You see a storage chest with a lock destroyed on it. Sorry. The lock is in pieces on the ground. The lid is also kind of beaten in. A couple bones on the ground. That's what you see from your current position.
Did we hear anything behind us?
No.
Okay. Well, not the door we were looking for, but...
Suppose if anything, it might be further in. Which way, though, is the question.
Are there any candelabra over by Twig and I?
Just the unlit one inside that room. To your north on the map is a heavy stone door.
No way.
On top of 3 big, thick stairs.
Velia's just gonna prestidigitation the candelabra open.
That
or
works.
lit.
That works. Each candle lights. The clearly illuminating the room now. Xalia, you ascertain these stone rectangles as sarcophagi. So the golden masks gleam in the firelight. There's just little random knickknacks, like there's a little tube that has a like a cut on one end. Looks like it could be a lid or something on one, and on the other side there's a there's like a little figurine of a monkey. Accompanying the mask, and both of these sarcophagi are closed. And both Twig and Makayla, you hear the slab rises into the ceiling atop the stairs.
I hear it?
Sorry, Xalia and Twig.
Huh?
I mean, yeah, but Makayla, you hear like the sound of this stone reverberating around you. You're not sure what's going on.
Sure. Question about prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Do you have to see the fire to light or snuff it?
It says you instantaneously light or snuff out a candle. So I guess not. You just have to know one's there. But I mean, if you're questioning if Xalia could do that, then yeah, she can.
Yeah. No. It's for
there's
me.
the
I
light
can get
here.
to that later. That's just you can continue with
Okay.
they were doing.
Okay. The pathway opens. You would
I'm
have to.
confirming that Makayla's door is closed. Twig's probably just going to call out that a new pathway opened to the north.
Makayla would respond. Have you tried snuffing out the candles in the hallway before the slab? I believe it wants darkness, not light.
No harm in trying. As Twig goes to snuff out the candles, he stops for a second, and then calls back to Xalia. Maybe get on this side of the door just in case.
Yeah, he will scrabble over north or south. I thought it was north.
Okay. You see Xalia come towards you and then disappear into more darkness. Alone, by herself. Unsupervised.
Twig, shares a glance with Chuman, and just takes a couple steps over.
Okay. You can see Xalia move up the stairs into this next room. You can see her perhaps disappear around the corner. Xalia, you are in a two-tiered room. On the there is a staircase that goes up and right angles to the right. To your left, on the bottom floor, is an partially open sarcophagus. There are bones on the ground, and behind it is an unlit candelabra. So this sarcophagus is open. There's more like little stone slime clinging to the rock everywhere, and then there's an upstairs.
Okay. I will give the party a chance to respond before she precipitations with candelabra.
Let's see if snuffing out the candles works to free Makayla.
And Chuman looks over at Pastiche, then promptly snuffs out the candles. It's right in front of him.
As you extinguish the candelabra, there is a brief flash of a humanoid figure leaping out of the darkness you just created towards you, and then nothing happens. And seems like it was just a trick. The stone door does not slide open.
Seems like it was not what we expected. Pastiche, mind lighting them back up?
Of course. They'll repeat their little firebolt trick.
Okay.
This one didn't work, then might be further in. Seems like there's narrowing paths on both sides.
Bailey's gonna precipitation a candelabra in her room.
Okay. Let's see. There is one on. Sorry, you. And then that one illuminates, so you can see clearly that there are some skull designs on the sarcophagus top. There is a golden mask on top of it still, laying flat. There is also on the ground just another little knickknack. It looks like a stylized trowel. So it's just like a regular, but it's like more. What am I trying to say? Its scoop is higher angled than a typical one, and the handle for it is swirled like a spiral, and at the end is a flower blossom, a rose blossom. Nothing else happens.
She's gonna scrabble up and look at the mask.
Okay. It is a mask. It is similar to the ones in the other room. Large, angular chin. This one looks like it has lines engraved into it to give the sense of a beard. The face is angular. The nose is what am I trying to say? Like the nose is short. and like the eyes are wide. And at the top at the top of the mask where it fans out, there are more engraved lines giving the impression of a hairline. It is the visage of a person. Naturally, right? But yeah.
Where is Xalia anyway?
Okay, she's gonna be satisfied with that and go upstairs now.
Okay. You traverse upstairs. Plop, 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 plop. Goes the stone stairs as you ascend. Excuse me. You are met with another sarcophagus. Gold mask on top. Another knickknack. And there, on the ground, is another unlit candelabra.
Well, he knows what to do about these now, so prestidigitation.
Alright. As you ignite that thing, there is illuminated the gold mask resting face up. There's a knickknack on the sarcophagus. It looks like a small little. It looks like a little turtle figurine. It's got a little wind-up key to the in its right side. As the rest of the party moves forward and enters the room, there is a flash of light above you, and to your left, startlingly, the stone slab grinds up. In this room, the people with dark vision can see, there are two. Let's see here, your Khorzians. There are two rectangles made out of stone. There are you guys have dark vision, so you can see there's little stone slime going everywhere. There's a bit of dashed apart bones, skulls. There's a shoulder, there's a hip, a pelvis even. There is two unlit candelabras. One of the rectangles looks like its lid has been slid open. Its mask and knickknack that you've come to expect on top of all of these are on the ground, and on the other one, they are intact. The other one, the candle looks like... Sorry, not the candle. The knickknack looks like a little wind instrument, like a recorder. But it's very tiny, about the length of your finger. There is a large stone slab that you've come to assume are doors at the far end of the chamber. There's a little tiny alcove to your left, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. And then there is as you peek around, there is another larger stone slab at the north end of the room that you have also come to assume is a door. And it looks like there's a little alcove on the far end of the chamber as well, but you can't see there. Eerie, as you walk around, the mist clings to your feet. You have the...
Chuman takes a step and kind of peeks around.
Okay.
Making sure there's no one in there.
Perception check. You look around, you feel out with your senses, you give a little sniff. Smells like nobody.
Confirming that there's no one in the room.
Nobody that you can see. Yeah.
Leads Pastiche to the closest candle. There's one that's right here.
Xalia comes down the stairs and tries to see what door opened. When she lit the last one.
It would, as you come down the stairs, it's the one just across just across from you.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Xalia, is that you?
She slithers in.
Thumbs up.
You forget Xalius. He cannot see in the dark.
Oh.
Pastiche is gonna go ahead and light this candelabra too.
Okay. Woof. Yeah, one half of the room is lit.
The other candle is the cross.
The sarcophagus nearest you, another mask, golden, shimmering, glistening in the candlelight as it flickers. The knickknack here is looks like a necklace, and it's lined with sharp teeth.
Chuman will just pass on. Kind of eyeing the sarcophagus.
Okay. Sarcophagi is correct.
I was like, my brain.
Okay. Let's see. As you're eyeing the sarcophagus, you can see clearly into the one that's open. There's something in there. Inside the one that has its lid kind of fallen off, there is a suit of armor. It triggers a memory, like a vague memory. It is a wrapped humanoid. Wrapped humanoid. It is a suit of armor with just a hollow, expressionless face, like literally lacking a visage, and just this brass armor. There's a few weapons in here. There's a couple other burial things. There is just random things that you might bury someone with that they would need in life. Ostensibly, they also need in the afterlife, as you are well aware with the legend of Khorzaire. On their in the middle of their face, approximately where their mouth would be, is a single gold piece.
I don't think Chuman will actively do anything with it. Not at the moment. We kind of just leave it as for now.
Meanwhile, Pastiche is going to light the second candelabra as soon as it comes into view.
Okay. You hear the grating of stone slabs. Two doors open. The one to the north, and then the one to the west. To the west is a single stone rectangle sarcophagus, and there are two unlit candelabras. Not super able to see what else is in the room. There's bones on the floor. There's a mask on top. There's something else next to it. There is a wispy green glowing square around the sarcophagus to the west. And also, now that you've illuminated, there is a kind of a cranny past the door to the west, to the south. So over here on the map, and then you can barely make out in the darkness another sarcophagus. Immediately upon lighting this candelabra and the events unfolding, Makayla, a shadow, as you are walking around, searching for a way out, a shadow manages to position itself behind you for long enough that it feels confident, and it leaps out at you. Just you hear a wispy wailing, a far away noise. And you feel the sensation of claws descending down upon you. What do you do? Quick decision. Okay, Makayla dies. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Sorry, I just got back. What's happening?
I got bad news.
You just died.
You just died.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Rest in peace. No, sorry. Makayla, as you're walking around, searching for a way out, and poring over the contents of this room, seeing what kind of importance it could have, there is a moment where a shadow gets behind you, and it stays hidden for a certain amount of time, and that it feels confident, and it leaps out at you. You feel the sensation of claws descending upon you, and this wispy kind of aggressive wail from beyond, alerting you that you're in danger. Well, what do you do? Quick decision.
I mean, I would swing with the Emberblade.
I would beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, strike whatever is
Okay.
leaping at me.
Make an attack roll.
Or attempt to.
Simply kill it.
Okay. Yeah, you whirl around and slice with the Emberblade horizontally, and this warped shadow that was leaping upon you is cut in half and wisps away out of existence. Just whoosh. You have fended off the danger.
Do we hear that?
No.
Okay.
So the only thing in this room is the boat, toy boat, and the slab, right? And then everything else is room, like it's just various form of what's the word? Detritus?
Yeah.
Uh,
What would you like to do?
the slab depicted the boat at like a certain angle in sort of clouds.
Yes.
Well, I would pick up the boat.
Okay. Yoink. You can add to your inventory tiny boat.
Tiny boat. There's no like the soldier figurine. There's nothing like that, like soldier that would match the slab, right?
Not in it. You can look around. Roll investigation.
Sure.
That's a strong investigation. You look around, kicking over some rubble, trying to keep a wary eye on the darkness. It follows you around. The Emberblade does create an aura of daylight around you, but as you move, it follows you, and the darkness immediately resumes that space. It's as if you're in a bubble of, like just a bubble of abyss. And you're only able to maneuver around because of the Emberblade. You don't find such a figurine, but you do notice at the end of your search, after you have picked up the boat, and you give an exasperated look at the slab to the north, you notice that something else has appeared on the on the side that you can see. And above the depiction of the figure in the boat sailing through the sky, there is now sort of a representation of the sun. And from there are a couple. What am I trying to say? There's a couple images of the sun. They're all the same, but they go in a semicircle above this figure in the boat, and then from the right, there is a slight, just the slightest glow, but you can only see it when you get up to it with the Emberblade because the darkness is so encompassing. So the glow starts from the right and ends in the middle. At the zenith.
What exactly is it just one of the suns is very faintly glowing, or
Yes.
Okay. I mean, Makayla would, I guess, put the boat back where it was, and then like try and position the Ember Blade so that it kind of mimics the path of the sun over that boat.
Okay. Putting the boat back down, the image fades away.
Okay, and it's right. Then I pick up boat and with other hand try and position. I don't know. There's an Everblade like in an arc around like, a bit, kind of from the right. I would assume at sort of like a sunrise kind of position on a horizon to noon above it.
Right. Since
And to like light it.
yeah, you ascertain this correctly because in Khorzaire the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Mm-hmm.
So you do this, nothing happens, but you get the sense that this is not a control; it is a readout.
I don't know. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
You get the sense that, as you're messing with this and doing things with the Ember Blade, it doesn't respond to anything that you do. Like you can, you do all these things. It was only that putting the boat down, something happened. When you picked it back up, the images came back. You get the sense that you are not able to control anything from here with this image. It's just a display of the current state of whatever it's trying to communicate. You're not sure.
Oh. Okay.
Let me finish the description of the other team. So I told you what was in the west. In the north, there is there's a lot going on. How far can we see? Chuman can see very far.
I can see pretty far.
Chuman can see to the end of the place. So Chuman, you have pretty good sight in here. You can see a lot of these stone sarcophagi. They kind of like litter well, not really litter. They're arranged in certain distances away from each other. Some of them the lids are off. Some of them the lids are on. Each one has a mask assigned to it. Each one has this little knick-knack assigned to it. As you peek around, you can see in the center is another large sarcophagus. It's actually raised up on a couple steps. In the far part of the room, there is something that sends a shiver through your spine. There is an archway built into a massive, gigantic skull. And hanging in the air is a golden orb that pulses warmly. Everybody can see this light source, but Chuman is probably the only one that can see that for what the object is. That's this thing. And then, also, as you look around, there are many unlit candelabras just on the ground everywhere. And in the center, on top of this raised corpse container, is a cat. A calico cat. It is laying down, reclining, and it observes you with a sentinel gaze.
Kitty cat. Very important.
I guess anybody with dark vision can see the cat, and you can see the light source behind it.
Hmm. I believe we should find Makayla first before moving further north. That room leaves shivers. Pastiche, there was another room, another area that we haven't tried. Think we should try there?
Well, if I'm tracking our movements correctly, we should still be quite close to Makayla. Perhaps through this door over here.
Before Chuman follows, he's gonna take just the weapons out.
Okay.
This coffee guy.
Sure.
Um,
This creature is now defenseless. They will die in the afterlife.
They will not survive the winter.
and I kind of just put it further away.
Sure.
Unless there's one that's worth.
Yeah, you do this. Easy enough. Nothing harasses you.
Then follow.
There's a tense moment where you're reaching next to the suit of armor, where you almost expect it to grab you. It does not. And you take its belongings easily.
Then I'll follow Pastiche.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll lead considering it's the dark.
Yeah, you follow Pastiche. Pastiche doesn't go anywhere, and then you're like, oh. And you walk forward.
Then this slab is open, correct?
Yes, you have opened it.
Chuman will look over, see the narrow corridor, and then looks further. It looks down, I guess south, to see if there's anything.
Okay. Yeah, as you enter this room, you step on a certain tile, and it sinks with you into depressing. You look around quickly. Nothing seems to have happened. But you see to the south there is another thick stone slab that you can assume is a door. To the right, up a small flight of stairs, is a raised chamber that also holds another sarcophagus. The sarcophagus in the center has a gold mask on it, and has a little tiny glass lantern. Has a as you can see inside, because you have expert dark vision, it's got a tiny little star shape that is suspended inside, and there are 2 unlit candelabras here.
Okay.
You can also see a gold mask. You can also see a what you call it? A little notepad. The flip open type notepad. It's on on a number of metal rings.
Is it sitting on a sarcophagus?
Yes.
Or okay. He'll try to peek at it from where he's at.
Okay.
But just only like a brief moment.
Sure. You roll me perception. If you get a natural 20, you can see it, because you're a little far away and the writing is small.
And then he'll just pass, directing Pastiche over to the candle while keeping his eyes on the sarcophagus in front.
Okay, so you're going to the candelabra and directing Pastiche to the other one?
Yep.
Okay. Roll a dexterity saving throw. As you move, and the tile that you were depressing is released, you hear a and a number of mechanisms whir to life, and you are filled with 1,000 stinging sensations, and you suffer 20 piercing damage.
Okay.
As you look, there's there's plenty of tiny needles sticking out of your body, and they are backed by tiny ball bearings.
Chuman, are you all right?
I'll live. Should have known that some place would be trapped at some point.
Pastiche is going to scramble around Chuman, light this candelabra.
Okay. As you light the candelabra, in your peripheral vision behind you, there's something that leaps out at you at the exact moment that you light it, and before it withers away. You turn, there's nothing there.
When they light that candelabra, does anything change on the slab in front of me?
No.
Okay.
And plus, he sees Chuman taking off piercing needles one by one.
Yep. What's the plan?
I mean, if nothing else, if no one else is doing anything, Chuman will more cautiously lead Pastiche to the next one. Candle lantern.
Okay.
Xalia will start presentationing them from across the room.
Chuman, as you lead Pastiche over there, you see it suddenly spring to life. Just all three of the candles. And the stone slab arrives. And you can see the room that you first arrived at when you took a detour. But from a higher ledge this time. You can see a set of stairs that wind down like a snake to the floor. And you can see the lid open sarcophagus and stone slime. This one looks like a little bit of a more broken room, but with the light in this room, you can clearly see. Did I already mention what the knickknack was in this room? I don't think so. No, it was the lamp. Yeah. You can clearly read the notepad. Anybody can now. You can see that there is a third object. As the door opens.
Twig, Pastiche will call back to the entrance. I believe from where you are, there should be a small passage.
Twig nods. Yes. What of it?
Could you take a look in there?
Twig will do so.
You look over, it looks ominous. It's this out of the way alcove.
Twig takes a couple steps down and then peers back over the door. Do I have to? Never mind, I'll be right back.
Twig, as you take these steps into this alcove, there's the sensation of sinking as each step takes you deeper into this into this lightless alcove. There's pressure all around you, as if you've been plunged into this unfathomable ocean. You see a stone sarcophagus, its lid slightly open. There's a mask beckoning to you with its siren call of the unknown. There's a device that you can see on accompanying it.
What does the device look like?
It is a small thing. It is a let's see here. Actually, you recognize this object. It is something that Anna always held with her, kept on her person. You tell me what it is. How it got here is anybody's guess.
It's gonna be like a stylized sending stone that she always carried around with her to keep in touch with the rest of the gang.
And there it lays.
It's sort of carved in the shape of a rose. Well, Twig's gonna pick that up.
Sure.
And he'll also take a look at the mask as well, to see if it's any different from the other masks.
It is very similar. Each of the masks has its own very slight variation to make it unique. This one has notches nicked into the side, going all the way up and down on each side. The mouth is kind of carved into like an aha face, or like an aha face. This one looks like it's alarmed, but not surprised.
I think Twig will take that too.
Okay.
Just to make sure no one else has to come down here.
Sure. Yoink.
Can he see anything else in like this alcove or inside the sarcophagus?
Yeah, make a perception check. Inside the sarcophagus is another suit of armor, an automaton that seems to have been described by Administrator, to where the where the souls would be delivered into if Administrator's plan came to fruition. In the corner, you can see huddled, like in a knees hugging position, is a small little shadow.
Like a humanoid shape?
Yes.
I think Twig will just timidly call out to it. Hello?
It immediately leaps out at you, takes a huge running leap, and passes through you. And you look behind you, it's not there anymore.
Twig's gonna just hurriedly take a couple steps back into the light.
You're back. Did you find anything of note?
Yes, it was something of Anna's. I have no idea why it's here. It was just that and another one of those masks.
Then I suppose we keep exploring these other rooms.
Agreed. Eventually find a room for Makayla. Chuman starts to move slowly along the wall.
Okay.
Into the next room. He said it leads downstairs.
Yeah, as you arrive into the next room, there is a winding set of stairs that kind of like makes an S shape. It goes down. As you enter into this next room, in your peripheral vision to your left, something suddenly rushes out at you, holds a weapon high above its head, and slices down at you. What do you do? A quick decision.
Chuma's gonna dodge and then try to use the rapier to slash back.
Okay, dodge which way?
Right.
Okay. You dodge quickly to the right. As soon as it makes its swinging motion and you go for your rapier for a counterattack, it disappears, wafts away into nothingness. You brace yourself against the banister, nearly falling, but you manage to restrain yourself enough. Pastiche, you don't see this. You just
Chuman?
see Chuman jut himself to the side, yeah.
Did I at least get like a look of what was coming at me?
Not much more than just an empty shadow of a humanoid figure with a curved weapon.
Okay. Chuman's gonna look around in the room. Kind of in a more ready stance as he kind of rights himself along the balcony. And then as soon as he hears Pastiche, apologies. For a moment I thought something had actually seen that I was invisible, seen me even though I'm invisible in the dark.
Well, whatever it was, I didn't see it, but I don't have the most reliable pair of eyes here.
Fair.
Perception check,
Yes.
Chuman.
Perception check?
Yes, please.
Should it come down to it, then I'll have to make light. But for now, I'd at least try to save what spells I have left for now.
From your vantage point, yeah, you can see the lower floor. There's a storage chest in disrepair, lock shattered on the ground. There is a sarcophagus with a slit off lid, brass mask. Appears to be a knick-knack with a 31. You see it from all the way over here. It is going to be a looks like a small bottle. Looks like it's made out of dark glass, just like brown glass. Looks like it has a cork in it. But nothing else in the room. Just these little glowy wisps that flitter around through the fog.
I think at least for now, Chuman will pull out the whip sword in his other hand,
Okay.
and then grab Pastiche's hand and starts leading down the stairs.
Okay. There are, as you lead them down, there are no unlit candelabras in this room, but you do see where you started, the two that yourself and Pastiche lit, and they are through the door that you opened, that you have not passed through yet.
Oh wait, am I mistaken? I thought this was like down a level,
Yeah, you go down.
right where I'm at.
Yeah.
No, I
you're
meant
down
like,
one level.
I guess like further down.
Yeah, further down than the rest of the room.
Oh, okay. Seems like this room is just in a circle. If anything, we'd just be going in right back to where we started. Best if we head back up, at least for right now.
Well, if you say so.
Chuman walks back into the room, seeing Xalia.
Will all four of you roll me an intelligence check? Okay. Xalia, as everyone moves past you, heading back towards the other room and retracing their steps so they can check out the room on the north, you, having heard Makayla's translation of the Elven text, and also being very smart, you are suddenly reminded that you have been going in a counterclockwise direction, and that is the same way the Khorzaire sun moves. And that to stop here would be going backwards in time.
Alright, Xalia's gonna start pushing them south. Start dragging people down this way.
Dragging Pastiche, or
Like, just the group, like, just pushing on with you. Like, alright, come on.
And Twig like squawks and protests a little, but follows along.
It seems Xalia has other ideas.
if she knows any better, then say we follow her.
Can't hurt.
Okay, what do you guys do?
Please, Elliot.
I mean, Pastiche is just gonna follow real close.
Okay, what does Xalia do?
Completing the circle.
Alright. Xalia, as you go down the steps and you step back into the light, and you complete a cycle of the sun rising and falling around Khorzaire. Makayla, or you all hear like a sliding of stone noise, and Makayla, there is a and the door that you had slipped past opens and rises, and sunlight fills the room, banishing all of the shadows that had been creeping around you up until now. And you can see your friends come around and peek around the corner.
Whatever you did seems to have opened the door.
You could thank Xalia for that.
Xalia gives, a triple thumbs up. And then just skitters in here.
What was in the rest of the other room? I could hear things moving, but obviously no way to know.
There are these suits of armors inside these stone boxes. Some of them are accompanied by masks and other trinkets.
I see.
To the room north of us, it is a large room with many sarcophagi and a cat, strangely enough. Though that room gives me very different vibes from all of what we passed by now.
Just a regular cat.
Well, if it's here, it probably isn't regular, but it looks that way.
do anything? Or was it just watching?
Just watching from what I could see. Was laying on top of a large sarcophagus in the middle of the room. Behind it, to the back of the wall, was a large skull.
I don't know the meaning. It's the significance of that. All that's in this room, just hold up the boat, is this and that mural over there, which I guess now, does it show
Makayla, as
the
you
light, the glow, kind of doing a full arc?
Exactly.
Over the boat?
Makayla, as you gesture towards the image that has been completing itself as your companions have been rotating around in a Khorzaire sun cycle, it is now an image of a knightly figure in a ferry boat sailing through the sky. They are encompassed by a circle of sun images. And they're all very, very tiny, very slightly, almost imperceptibly glowing with a beautiful yellow. Beneath it, also going around is an inscription, and you can read now. It reads the following message: "Follow in his footsteps, O page, now, O torchbearer. Journey through the abyss of darkness to bring the dawn to each hour of the night."
Sorry, could you say that again?
I will put it in a letter form. Let's see here. Boop. Follow in his footsteps, O page, O torchbearer. Journey through the abyss of darkness to bring the dawn to each hour of the night. And as you take an incredulous step at the doors, at the slabs change, the sunlight glows a little bit brighter.
You lit all the lights in the rooms around here, right?
Certainly all the ones we found.
What's the plan?
Figure it out when Makayla comes out the room.
Okay. Step out of the room.
You step out of the room, the sunlight emblazoned into the slab that Xalia is standing next to fades away. And darkness courses back into the spot. Xalia and Twig actually disappear. You cannot see them, and they cannot see themselves. As if they have been swallowed up by nothingness.
Xalia makes a please noise.
I move back. Move back in.
The Ember Blade burns through the abyss, and you find your companions once more.
What was that?
Some form of magical darkness, assume. Which the blade could create, I think, but I don't see how that would be useful.
If nothing else, it seems a sign that this is a step in the right direction.
Suppose.
It is either that or the room up north. Isn't that what the administrator left us with the note?
I mean, it said to be the sun in the darkness, but I mean, I've been in this room for, I don't know, however many minutes now. Timber blade. Nothing's changed.
Well, if nothing has changed, perhaps we should go see that cat you two were talking about.
Suppose I could speak with it. If you would like.
Yes.
If we
Lead
must.
the way. This is it, just sitting in the darkness.
Yeah. It's just further in.
Yep. You all start to head out of the room, and Xalia is. You notice Xalia is not with you. She has disappeared. You run back into the room, and you find her again.
She's enjoying the dark. But he
Careful.
can drag her out.
There are other entities in the dark as well. I was not alone in that room.
So it wasn't just me then.
No, there's something or multiple things that lurk within those shadows, so be careful.
All the more reason to stay close then, considering. Then Chuman just points ahead through the slab, door slab, to the cat that's sitting on top.
Yep. You see a room with many stone sarcophagi. Some of them are dashed open. Some of them have just simply like swung open their lid. And some still are closed properly. On or near each of them, you can see a golden or bronze mask or brass mask, and one knickknack, one seemingly random item. At the far end is a very large skull, whose mouth forms an archway, going further into the darkness. There are many unlit candelabras. In the center is a large sarcophagus with upon a large raised two-step dais, and that sarcophagus is closed. In the skull passageway is a small glowing orb. On the stone sarcophagus is a cat, just a regular size calico cat. It is laying down, reclining at ease. Two paws out in front of it, two paws out in back of it. It observes your entry with a sentinel gaze.
Makayla would first just try, because I don't think she believes this is just a regular cat. in common without casting anything. Or she asked back to the group, did you try speaking with it at all?
Not yet.
Raven? Hello. Do you understand us?
Its gaze fixes towards you
Dead at it.
and locks eyes with you. But it does not make a noise or a sound.
Right, then I'll use the first level spell slot to cast Speak with Animals again.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be fine, whatever. And then we'll say, how about now? Can you understand me now?
The cat does not speak. You can see its ears flick, and it gives you a nod. And tail rises and slaps, and then slaps the stone behind it.
How long have you been sitting there?
This time it does answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to you is a heavy, deep voice that reverberates not in the air around it, but towards you. Just a powerful voice. Everybody can hear it. And it says very curtly, "A long time." As if it like speaks in Zalgo text.
Bailey gets out with it.
Oh, okay. Before the fall of Cyril? Or after?
Yes. And both.
Do you have a name?
Cat just slow blinks at you.
Oh, it's a sign of affection.
Steps forward. We are trying to get to the Phoenix's Roost. Will you help us, or will you hinder us?
I am observing. I am watching. I will wait. And as this powerful voice echoes towards you, the cat flicks its tail against the stone sarcophagus again. And its piercing gaze observing you and acknowledging your companions. And that's for tonight's session.
Woo!
Mhm.